Imagine attracting anyone, yes, anyone, with just 6 words. 6 words so powerful they've survived 2,000 years, whispered not to manipulate others, but to create trust, respect, and effortless connection. And they came from a man who ruled the most powerful empire on earth, yet understood that real influence begins within. The year is 170 AD. The Roman Empire trembles under pressure, wars erupt, alliances collapse, and uncertainty hangs in the air. Inside a dimly lit military tent, Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, writes quietly into what will one day become Meditations. A young soldier enters, breath unsteady, eyes trembling with fear. Caesar, no one listens to me. No one trusts me. What should I do? Marcus closes his journal, lifts his gaze, and studies the man with calm, steady wisdom. Then he speaks 6 simple words that reshape the soldier's destiny and can still change the way people see you today. But before we reveal them, you must understand the hidden reason they hold such extraordinary power. Part 1. The Stoic Principle Behind Attraction. If you want to attract anyone not through tricks but through the quiet power of your presence, listen closely. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and people are drawn to the colors you carry." Some individuals walk into a room and instantly command respect. Others fight for attention and receive nothing. The difference is not talent or charm, it is character. To understand this principle, we travel back to the year 170 AD. The Roman Empire trembles. Inside a dim tent lit by a flickering oil lamp, Marcus Aurelius writes calmly into what will one day become Meditations. A young soldier enters, voice shaking. "Caesar, no one listens to me. I feel invisible." Marcus looks up, not as an emperor, but as a man who has mastered himself, and says, "You attract people not by force, but by the character you embody." Modern psychology now proves what Marcus understood. A UC Berkeley study found that emotionally grounding individuals, people who make others feel seen, safe, and significant, are rated as 32% more influential than louder or higher status individuals. Your influence lies not in your volume, but in your vibration. Say this with me: I attract by who I am, not by what I show. Human beings naturally seek 3 things. First, we seek people who see us. Being understood triggers dopamine. Second, we seek people who feel safe. As Seneca wrote, no man is more powerful than he who has himself in his own power. And third, we seek people who make us feel significant. Marcus Aurelius treated everyone with dignity because he knew significance is the root of trust. Say this with me: my energy teaches people how to treat me. The soldier looked down. "Maybe I'm just not interesting enough, Caesar." Marcus smiled. "People do not follow you because you entertain them. They follow because you strengthen them. Presence, not performance, is the deepest form of attraction. So how do you embody this today? Speak 20% less and observe 80% more. Regulate your emotional tone. You attract what you are. Make others feel significant through simple phrases like, 'I hear you,' or 'Tell me more.' And every morning, practice the Stoic mirror exercise. Ask yourself, what version of me will the world meet today? Imagine someone silently watching you all day. Would they feel lifted or drained? Reset again, breathe deeply, and say, attraction is a reflection of discipline." Marcus placed a steady hand on the soldier's shoulder. "You seek influence," he said. "But influence begins with service, not the service of submission, but the service of strength." Something shifted inside the young man. For the first time, he realized influence comes from the inside out. And now we reach the Stoic lesson of Part 1. People are not attracted to your perfection. They are attracted to your stability. In a chaotic world, becoming a calm presence makes you a lighthouse in the storm. As Marcus wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." With this foundation set, you are now ready to discover the 6 words Marcus gave the soldier, 6 words that unlock trust instantly. But before we reveal them, ask yourself, am I someone others feel safe around? If you can answer that truthfully, then Part 2 will transform you. Part 2, the reveal. The 6 words. Imagine spending your whole life trying to be respected, trying to speak louder, act tougher, push harder, only to realize that the more force you use, the more people pull away from you. That's exactly where the young soldier stood when he returned to Marcus Aurelius, frustrated, exhausted. and convinced that respect was something he could beat out of the world through sheer effort. But Marcus, calm as ever, saw straight through the noise. He asked the soldier one simple question: "What have you been trying to earn?" The soldier swallowed and whispered, "Respect, Caesar. I just want them to respect me." And Marcus gave him the truth many people never learn. Respect is not demanded, it is invited. The soldier stared in confusion. How do I invite respect? And Marcus, with a steady voice that felt like warm light cutting through a storm, revealed the 6 words that would transform not only the soldier's command, but every relationship in his life. He said, "Tell me how I can help." 6 words, soft, humble, almost too simple to matter, yet they carried the weight of 2,000 years of wisdom. Marcus explained that when you ask this, you step outside your ego and into service. And human beings, no matter their rank, age, or status, instantly feel the difference. People don't follow those who shout the loudest. They follow those who make their burden lighter. Modern psychology confirms what Marcus already knew. Research from Harvard shows that leaders who ask supportive questions, like "How can I help?" are rated significantly higher in trust and effectiveness. Why? Because offering help signals confidence, stability, humility, and strength all at once. You're not saying "I'm above you." You're saying "I'm with you." And that shifts everything. It opens a door that domination could never unlock. Service creates connection, connection creates trust, and trust creates influence. So the soldier returned to his legion, but not as the man who left. He gathered his men and for the first time didn't lecture or command. He simply said, "Tell me how I can help." At first, silence. The men weren't used to being asked what they needed. But slowly one spoke. "Sir, our supply lines are a mess." Another said, "Our rotations leave us exhausted." A third whispered, "No one checks on the wounded." And the soldier listened, truly listened. Not as a superior, but as a fellow human being. And in that moment, something shifted between them. The walls came down. Within days, communication improved. Tension faded. Cooperation rose. The legion began to trust him, not because he was perfect, but because he was present. Marcus had given him the secret: helping others isn't weakness. It's authority. When you lighten someone's load, you become the one they naturally follow. That was true in ancient Rome, and it's just as true today. Imagine these 6 words in your own life. In your career, when a teammate is overwhelmed and you say, "Tell me how I can help you," instantly become a pillar of stability. In your relationships, instead of arguing, defending yourself, or trying to win, you say those 6 words and suddenly the tension softens. In networking, while others try to impress you, simply offer support. And that one shift makes you unforgettable. And perhaps most importantly, imagine saying these 6 words to yourself: "How can I help my future self?" That question alone changes your behavior. It turns procrastination into preparation, fear into movement, excuses into responsibility. People who ask themselves supportive questions are far more likely to reach their goals. Marcus understood this long before psychology did. So take a breath with me now, in and out, and whisper these words again. Tell me how I can help. Feel how they shift your posture, soften your heart, and ground your presence. Helping is not submission. Helping is leadership. Helping is influence. Helping is courage. The young soldier didn't earn respect by demanding it. He earned it by serving those he led, by listening, by caring, by becoming the kind of man others wanted to follow, not because they had to, but because they chose to. And that is the ultimate power of these 6 words. As we move into the next part, we're going to explore how these 6 words, small as they seem, can transform every area of your life, your leadership, your relationships, your opportunities, and even your inner discipline. Because once you understand how to use them with intention, the world around you begins to shift. But for now, say them one last time, softly but with purpose. Tell me how I can help. These 6 words are not the end. They are the beginning. Part 3, Real-World Applications. 6 words, small, quiet, almost invisible, yet powerful enough to transform leadership, rescue relationships, open opportunities, and ignite self-mastery. After Marcus Aurelius taught the young soldier these words, even generals doubted them until Marcus asked, "If you command well, why must you drag your men instead of leading them?" Influence built on fear collapses. Influence built on trust endures. In leadership, the 6 words, tell me how I can help, tear down psychological walls, create honesty, and build loyalty. Gallup studies show supportive leaders gain 300% more long-term commitment. Marcus wrote, the only wealth you keep forever is the good you do in the hearts of others. Steve Jobs echoed this wisdom when he asked, what do you need from me to make this great? In relationships, these 6 words turn conflict into connection. Instead of defending yourself, you offer support. A University of Chicago study shows tension drops by 40% when partners ask supportive questions. Marcus said kindness is invincible when sincere. These words are pure sincerity. In networking, they make you unforgettable. Successful leaders ask how they can help 10 times more than beginners because they know value creates visibility. When you help first, you rise first. In self-mastery, the 6 words turn inward. How can I help my future self? Ask this daily and your discipline changes. Science shows people who ask this question are 42% more likely to achieve long-term goals. Marcus lived this truth in meditations, questioning himself daily, refining his character with every sunrise. For the next 7 days, apply the 3A challenge. Ask someone how you can help assist someone without being asked, and ask yourself how you can help your future self. In 1 week, others will feel the change. In 1 month, you will feel it. In 90 days, your entire identity will shift. The Stoic lesson of part 3 is simple: to grow in any direction, help in every direction. Support is not weakness, it is the foundation of influence. And now, as we move into part 4, we explore the deepest truth of all, how these 6 words shape your legacy, your character, and the kind of greatness that outlives you. What happens when service becomes not an action, but your nature? Part 4 will show you prepare yourself. Part 4, Stoic Life Lesson. If your life ended tomorrow, what would people remember? Not your achievements, not your victories, but the way you made them feel. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply when he taught a young soldier 6 words that would become the foundation of his legacy. Tell me how I can help. Months later, the soldier returned, not broken but transformed. His men now followed him not out of fear but loyalty. Marcus smiled and said, greatness is not measured by how many obey you, but by how many you lift. The world is full of heavy hearts and so few hands willing to lift them. This is the Stoic truth. Money fades, fame dissolves, beauty decays, achievements are forgotten, but your impact on others endures. Marcus wrote, what we do now echoes in eternity. And when the soldier applied those 6 words, his legion changed. Morale rose. Conflict dropped. Loyalty grew. History shows that supportive leaders reduce internal conflict by up to 50%. People do not thrive under pressure, they thrive under purpose. In our modern world, the same truth stands. At work, psychological safety predicts success more than talent. In relationships, people remember how you made them feel. Parents pass on service through example. And your deepest legacy is built not in public moments, but in small acts of kindness. No one sees comforting a friend at 2 a.m., easing someone's burden without expecting anything in return. These become the threads of immortality. Say it with me. What I give is what I become. Marcus believed true attraction rests on 3 pillars: calmness, clarity, and contribution. When you embody these, your presence becomes magnetic, quietly, naturally, undeniably. Before the soldier departed, Marcus told him, be the man whose presence removes fear, strengthens hearts, and lightens burdens. That is the man the world follows. True attraction is not about being admired, it is about being remembered. The 6 words carve kindness, service, and strength into the memories of everyone you meet. As Marcus wrote, when you rise in the morning, ask, what can I do for others today? Now you understand the power, the psychology, and the philosophy behind these 6 words. But one final question remains the most important question of all. How will you use these 6 words to transform your world? The final message awaits you. If you want more Stoic tools to strengthen your mind, elevate your relationships, and build unshakable purpose, subscribe to Making Life Better. Hit like, share, and turn on notifications so you never miss another life-changing insight. And remember, greatness begins with a single question. Tell me how I can help. Now, before you go, I want you to lock in this transformation. Drop 1 word in the comments: help. Why help? Because the moment you type it, you commit to becoming the kind of person who lifts others instead of competing with them. The kind of person whose presence makes people feel seen safe and significant. The kind of person Marcus Aurelius himself would respect. So go ahead, comment. Help below. Let the world know you're choosing service over ego, strength over fear, and character over everything.